Good evening, everybody, and welcome to UDA Football 1989. Tonight, the Trojans take a 4-game winning streak on the road to Schuylkill Haven, where they will meet the Hurricanes in what should be a good test for this Trojan ball club. The Trojans coming off of a couple of easy victories, the last one being a whitewashing of Line Mountain a week ago, or rather just this past Monday night, when they put a 40 zip score on the hapless Line Mountain Eagles that night. But the Trojans tonight are going to face a little more stiff opposition, I'm sure, as both clubs are nearly equal in wins and losses. And stat-wise, the Trojans do have the edge in the league, of course, in which we play. But tonight's ball game is going to be a tough one, I'm sure, when the Trojans come out here to meet these Schuylkill County ball clubs. Always a tough go out here, and so the Trojans may easily have their hands full tonight. The Trojans, led by junior quarterback Jeff Lentz, will have Todd Ayers along with Kerry Weist and Gene Rickard in the backfield. They have had some Super Bowl games here lately, and they will be looking forward to putting one together tonight, again against these Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes. Tonight, the Trojans will send out co-captains 34, Gene Rickard, and Rich Shadle, number 12, will be the co-captains for the Trojans tonight as they meet at midfield for the toss of the coin. It's a very, very beautiful evening again for football. Nice and mild, probably the temperature in the high 60s. This field is not very well lighted, so any graininess that may appear on our pictures will certainly be due to the effect of the rather poor lighting, but nevertheless, the field is in pretty good condition. It's brown in the center, as you can see, where it's been pretty well worn off during the course of the season, but otherwise, with the exception of the lighting, field not in bad condition. The toss of the coin has been made, and it looks as though maybe the Trojans have won the toss. I believe they have. Indeed they have, and they will elect to receive to begin the football game. So UDA looking to put a real good one together tonight here against these Hurricanes of Schuylkill Haven. Schuylkill Haven last year really kind of walloped the Trojans at home, and so the Trojans will be seeking a little bit of revenge here tonight against the Hurricanes. Only the second meeting of the clubs, and as I say, the Hurricanes have a 1-0 lead in ball games. First trip that the Trojans have made out here, at least in my memory, to play Schuylkill Haven, and Trojans will get to go on the offense as we begin tonight's football game. Trojans will send back Gene Rickard back deep, along with Todd Ayers, to receive this punt for the Trojans, and we are situated right on the 47-yard line, so and the field, of course, is relatively close to us here, such as the field up in Juniata. So except for the fact that the lighting is rather ridiculous, we should have a pretty good football game. Here we go with the opening kickoff. Kick's going to come down here and bounce around and go out of bounds, and this will be a 5-yard illegal procedure penalty call against the Hurricanes, as the Trojans allowed that ball to roll out at their 15-yard line. So UDA, they'll check out here with the UDA captain and offensive captain, and he will tell them to kick it over. So they'll move the ball back to the 35-yard line now, and they'll have another kick. Time should not have run off the clock, but we did lose 2 seconds on that one. So anyhow, they say that, okay, they just announced that the scoreboard clock is functioning, but they're not sure how accurate it might be, so the official time will be kept on the field. Okay, here we go. Nice kickoff this time, real nice and deep. Going to be taken out here by Ayers. He's at the 20, the 25, and up over the 30-yard line, and in fact up to the 45-yard line goes Todd Ayers, and Todd driving hard out there, and certainly he has that as his trademark. What a football player he is. This man here does not get stopped very often on a single tackle or even on a team-up tackle of 2 guys. It takes more than that to bring Ayers down, and Todd. Ran that ball back from about the 15 or 20-yard line all the way to the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10 in excellent field position. Motion over on the right side. Here's Ayers with the ball. He's got some room up the middle, and Todd busts ahead to the midfield stripe. Gain of about 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Nice run that time by Todd, picking his way over that right tackle spot. Some good blocking over there. You could see it open up, then it closed pretty quickly, but Todd had some good Trojan blockers over there. Second down and 7. They spot it back at the 49. Rickard in motion again on the right side. Pitches over to Ayers. He's going to turn around that way. He's got some good interference again over there, and Todd dives down to the 45-yard line of the 45-yard line of Schuylkill Haven. Todd picking up just about 6 that time. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Ball right at the 45-yard line of the Hurricanes. 3rd and 1. This time Rickard lines up in the slot. Kerry Wiest in the backfield with Ayers. Ayers has it. 1st down to the 43 or 41. Another good job that time by Todd as he runs for the 1st down. The first down for the Trojans this evening. They started out on their own 46-yard line. They've now moved it down to the Hurricane 41. 1st and 10 there. Undercuffler, the flanker on the near side of the field. Lentz hands it off this time to Gene Rickard. Gene picking his way ahead. Didn't get much out of that one, maybe about 2, as he got inside the 40 to the, well, just inside the 40, you might say. Gain of about a long 1. And that was all that time for Gene as he got tripped up that time before he could make very much out of that one. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Chip Wetzel flanked out on the far side of the field this time for UDA. Motion coming this way is Rickard. Handoff. No. This time a flag is going to be thrown in there as we may have a clip called on a Trojan. And let's see what they call it. It is going to be clipping, against UDA. Thought I had detected that. So that's going to cost the Trojans dearly here. Not much gain on that play, but it will bring the ball back to the area of the UDA 45-yard line. And back with it they come. Clipping called. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 20. Oh, let's see. 2nd and about 25, I guess. Or 2nd and 23 anyway. Wetzel, the flanker on the near side, as they flank out Undercuffler on the far side of the field this time. Here's Lentz, looking as though it might have been a quarterback draw play or something, and Jeff got very little of that. Might have got up to the line of scrimmage, and that's about all. In fact, I think he lost a yard. So the Trojan, the offense, which looked like it was going to go well in the early going here, kind of sputtering right at the moment. Undercuffler into the ball game now. It'll be a 3rd down and about 25 for UDA. This time they are going to flank out 2 flankers on the far side of the field now in what would be a passing situation. Here goes Lentz back to pass for the very first time. Firing one down the far side. It's got a man over there. The ball tipped up in the air on a nice defensive play by number 21 of the, or number 81 rather. Or is it 21? Not sure. Yeah, 21, okay. Of the Hurricanes makes the defensive play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. So the Trojans have stalled, and they'll be punting from back at their own 30-yard line. Jason Undercuffler, who has punted well for the Trojans this year, will get the honors right now for UDA. Here's the snap, good snap. And the kick is a nice kick. Going to be taken and fair caught at the 29-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes on their own 29-yard line. Good coverage on that nice punt by Jason Undercuffler. And the Hurricanes will take over 1st and 10 on their own 29. Okay, Katitis is the quarterback for the Hurricanes. Try to pick up some of these guys. I'm sure they have 1 or 2 backs that they go to mostly. Here's a handoff and a nice stop in there immediately by the Trojans. The ball came loose, but they're going to call he was down. But Gene Rickard, along with, I think it was Tom Paul in there, making the initial stop. So Paul and Rickert, among others, in there on the stop for that one. Loss of 1 will be 2nd and 11. Paul firing in there very quickly from his defensive spot. Defensive tackle out there, Tom Paul, making a good stop that time. Katitis setting him up here for the Hurricanes at the 28-yard line. Loss of 1 on the last play. Hands off again to number 21, and this time he dives ahead for maybe a yard or so. Out over the 30-yard line again. Another good stop in there by that Trojan defensive line. Picked up about, actually picked up 4 that time. It'll be 3rd down and 7. Ball out here now to the 32-yard line. 3rd and 7 for the Hurricanes. We'll stay back here a little bit, see if they have a passing attack on this 3rd and 7. Whoops, motion over there in that left guard position, or left tackle, so that should cost them about 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 12. Ball spotted back now at the 27-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 12.
That's the ball back inside the 30 at the 27. And brings up a 3rd and 12.
No. 3rd down and 12. He fakes the handoff, looking to pass long, got a man out here, he's turning around, and he's got no catch out here. It was intended for number 33, defended out there by Richie Shadle, so it'll bring up a 3rd down, and 4th down, okay, the guy over there a little slow flipping the thing. It'll be 4th down, and Trojans will send back. Justin Adams has a single safety on the punt. Well, they're not going to punt. 4th down. Now wait, unless they go into a punt formation. Yeah, okay, now they'll go into a punt formation. All right, shifting into the punt formation. Now the punter will be back at the 17-yard line where he'll get the snap. Steps up, makes a nice booming punt. And Justin's going to have to let it roll. And boy, does it take a Schuylkill Haven roll down to the 18-yard line. Fine punt that time by Schuylkill Haven, and that's going to give the Trojans the ball 1st and 10 on their own 18. Okay, 1st and 10 for the Trojans on their own 18. Jeff Lentz hands it off up the middle here now with a fine burst is Todd Ayers. Wow, Todd with a nice run all the way out to the 31-yard line. It is enough for the 1st down, and a super run that time. About 12-yard scamper that time by Todd Ayers, and this is the way the Trojans started the ball game, with Ayers running it like that. Ayers following the blocking there of Kerry Wiest. Here goes Gene Rickert in motion on the right side. This time Wiest has the ball, and he drives ahead for 3 or 4.
34, Gene Rickert.
Or was it Rickert? No, I don't think it was. That wasn't Rickert. No, it was Kerry Wiest. The announcer here reported as Gene Rickert, but it was Kerry Wiest. Kerry playing a fine ball game played a fine ball game last week, and no reason to believe he will not be really a factor here tonight. Here goes Rickert in motion. Back to pass goes Lentz. He's looking long. He's got a man down here. It's Jason Undercuffler, and he's got it. Undercuffler brings it in down here at the 31-yard line. Good catch that time by Jason Undercuffler. He had to wait for it as the ball was slightly underthrown. But Jason came back for it very nicely. And so it's a nice completion for a lot of yardage from quarterback Jeff Lentz to Jason Undercuffler. He has the ball down at the 35.5-yard line of Schuylkill Haven. Nice long strike that time. Lentz to Undercuffler. There's a handoff to Ayers again, and Todd's got a couple of guys as he beats his way inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line. That looks like enough for a 1st down. Yes, it is. So the Trojans on a march here now. This march started back at their own 18-yard line. They've now driven the ball down to the 23-yard line of the Hurricanes. Flanker on the far side is Bellis this time for UDA. Brian Bellis, the flanker. Here's the handoff to Ayers, skipping over the left side. Todd down to the 15, or near the 15. Probably spotted about the 16, something like that. At the 16 he goes. Another nice run by Ayers, picking up about 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. 2nd down and 3 for the Trojans. They're at the 16-yard line. Here is Rickert, and Gene this time gets maybe a yard. I'm not sure, about 1. Looks like it would bring up a, or was that Rickert, or was that might have been Kerry Wiest. Yeah, it was Wiest, and almost no gain, not much on that one. It'll bring up still a 3rd and a long 2, or it's kind of a long 2 on this 3rd and long 2. Here's a handoff. Ayers got it. Ayers following some nice blocking, has the 1st down, drives it down to the 10, still on his feet, still driving down to the 5. Great run again by Todd Ayers. Picked up 7 yards. The 1st down, and it's 1st and goal to go now for the Trojans from about the 5-yard line. Super job by Todd Ayers. Man, that kid runs, you know it? Dragging him with him. And timeout's going to be called by the Hurricane defense now as the Trojans have them on a roll here. It'll be 1st and goal for UDA from the 5. We'll be right back. Okay, 1st and goal for the Trojans here. And the handoff is to Todd Ayers. Todd again picking his way down to the 4. Not a heck of a lot that time for Todd. Might have picked up a yard or so. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. It's just inside the 5-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 4. We'll call it. There's a flag on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct will be the call against the Trojans. I can't believe that the Trojans would do that. In a situation like this, they're going to pick up a 15-yard penalty. Well, that's going to make a different complexion to the ball game here now. Look out, fellas. Okay, John, we might be playing against 15 or 16 guys out here. I don't know. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Trojans. Not sure where that call came from, but at any rate, it is a 1st and goal now from the 20-yard line. So the Trojans, Jeff Lentz will lift one up here and hit somebody with a pass. Here he goes, back to pass. He's looking, getting a good rush, scrambles away from one guy. Now he's going to whip it around the right side. Can Jeff get down there? He busts down there to about the 2 or 3 yard line. I think the ball might have rolled loose, but it rolled out of bounds, out of Jeff's hands. He's down to the, well, wait a minute, didn't get as far as I thought. I guess he's down around the 10. Looks like he's down to the 10, but Jeff picked up 10 yards on the play. So it'll be 3rd and goal now from the 10-yard line. 3rd and goal from the 10. Got to get one in here. Let's push one in here, fellas. 3rd and goal from the 10. Lentz still has it. Jeff pitches it back here to Todd Ayers, and Todd's going to be stopped this time as the play just took too long to develop, and Todd is nailed back at about the 17-yard line, so it's going to be a 4th and goal from the 17 now as the Trojans running into some problems here following that roughing or personal foul call, and now they're going to call timeout as Coach Hain will come onto the field and look over the situation. Here it's going to be 4th and goal from the 17. So the Trojans had it all the way down to the 5, and then the personal foul penalty backing them up. So they're going to be faced now with a big play here on a 4th and goal from the 17. Minute and 59 seconds remaining in the first quarter. No score, and the Trojans with a 4th and goal from the 17-yard line. So this has to be a touchdown play. There's no other way to look at it. This one has to be good for a TD or the ball gets turned over. So here we go on a 4th and goal from the 17. Back to pass goes Lentz, and Lentz is going to be grabbed and thrown down back here, this time by number 60 of the Hurricanes. So that's going to end that threat as the Trojans sputter, and the ball is going to be long to the Hurricanes back at the Hurricane 28-yard line. So 1st and 10 Hurricanes now. Trojans with a big threat that time and just could not capitalize on it. We've got about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Again, the time on the clock is nearly official, but not official. So somewhere around 1 minute and 40 to play in the first period. No score. Hurricanes pitching it back over there to 21. He's going to try to turn around the left side. He's got some running room out there, and he gets thrown out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Good gain on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and only a couple here. 2nd and 2. Ball out the 36-yard line. What's his name, John? Sposki. Oh, okay. Sposki, the runner that time for the Hurricanes. He picked up 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2. Sposki seems to be their number 1 runner. Here he's got it again. Goes across the middle. Up the middle he goes. Look out. A lot of running room. Richie Shadle with an opportunity to catch him. Lentz misses him. Shadle. Can Rich get him? No. Touchdown. A touchdown for Sposki of the Hurricanes. So that stuns the Trojans here as they go into the end zone from about 30, from the 30 some odd yard line, I think it was, or the 42. So about a 50 or 60 yard run by that Sposki, and he gets the Hurricanes on the board in a hurry here with just 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Sposki gives the Hurricanes a 6-0 lead. Once he was through the middle, that kid could fly, and he just never could catch him. Had some good interference out there too. One ball player took care of Richie Shadle, who was in hot pursuit, and Jeff Lentz, the other man that might have had a shot at him, and Jeff was unable to catch up to him. And so Sposki goes in on a real long run that time, and the Hurricanes will call timeout here now to discuss the extra point attempt. So it's 6-0 with unofficially 1 minute and 12 remaining in the first period. Okay, here we go. The Hurricane timeout is over, and they apparently will kick the extra point here, or at least they will attempt to. And we'll see what kind of success they have at their extra point. Placement's bad, fumbled, and that's going to end that as one of the Trojans fall on it. So it'll be 6-0. Again, now the Hurricanes, we hope that comes back to haunt the Hurricanes as they miss the extra point. And it's 6-0 Schuylkill Haven here in the first period. There's your score with 1 minute and 12 remaining at the 2-minute point of the period. I thought the Trojans were going to be up, but no way. The Hurricanes take advantage, and it's 6-0 Schuylkill Haven. 1:12 again unofficially remaining here in the first quarter. Officially, there's 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining. Here we go with a kick. No kick. Wait a minute. Flags are thrown. It looks as though Schuylkill Haven may have been offsides on the kickoff. I think that's going to be the call. It is. So that kickoff there is coming back. There was 1 minute and 44 reportedly remaining in the first quarter when they kicked that one off. So that'll back them up 5 yards here for the kickoff. Offsides against the Hurricanes. And the clock guy now gets it down to 1:42, and that sounds about right. So I think the clock now is correct, at least for the moment. Here's the kick. Now this one's going to go over to the far side. I think that's going to go out of bounds over there. Nope, it's going to be picked up over there by Gene Rickard. Rickard at the 20. And let's see, Gene heads up here to the 27 or 8 yard line, where it will be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the 28. I think they're going to spot it. Yeah, about the 28 yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for UDA on their own 28. Clock moving with approximately 1.5 minutes remaining in period 1. Chip Wetzel will be the flanker on the near side of the field. Trojans not giving Jeff Lentz much pass protection on that last series. Here goes Rickert, though, diving ahead to the 20 or to the 30-yard line. Picked up about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. So Gene picks up 2. This time Rickert will flank out on the near side of the field along with Chip Wetzel. The end on the other side in tight. Here's a handoff, and going up the middle with it is Kerry Wiest. And Wiest gets the ball out to the 35-yard line. And Kerry that time picked up about 6 or 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Oh, he picked up 5. Okay, he picked up 5. It'll be 3rd and 3. This time the end is in tight on the near side of the field for the Trojans. Here's Lentz back to pass. He's looking, dumping one over the middle. It is incomplete. Wow. Could have been picked off by that Spowski out there. It was intended for Kerry Wiest. But that time Jeff's pass just a little bit long and right into a very, very dangerous spot out there as he was looking to hit Kerry Wiest, but threw it into a pile. And long, yeah. Could have been really dangerous, and the Trojans will be forced to punt now as Undercuffler goes back at his own 23-yard line to make this punt. Low snap, but Jason will get it away. Gets it away nicely. It's a nice high punt. Going to be caught out here at the 35-yard line. Fair catch called for and made by number 11. And that'll give the Hurricanes the 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Down to 9 or 8 seconds here in the quarter. Referee had signaled to start the clock. He screwed up too. Now he signals to stop the clock, but at any rate, it stops with 7 seconds on the change of possession here now, I guess. At any rate, here's Haven. Pitches it back here to Spowski, the man that ran for the touchdown. This time he doesn't get anything, and a flag is thrown in there. And the flag is going to be against the Hurricanes, I do believe. They're going to talk to Upper Dauphin. They're going to talk to our lawyer out there, Gene Rickert. And Gene will advise them as to his pleasure. And it looks as though they will take the penalty. And it's going to be a big one. And it's going to take the Hurricanes all the way back to the 19-yard line. A clip will be called against the Hurricanes. And so it brings up a 1st and 15 for the Hurricanes now, or 1st and 25, make that. Ball on the 19-yard line, and that is going to end the first period of play officially. Quarter ends, and so we have a score of 6-0. The Hurricanes on top at the end of the first quarter. Be right back. To begin the second quarter of play, the Trojans will be on the defense, and the Hurricanes will have the football on their own 19-yard line. Trojan defense looked very good, with the exception of the one long play that the Hurricanes ran, and that kind of stunned them momentarily, but I think we're back in the ball game now. And it'll be 1st and 25 for the Hurricanes as we begin period number 2. Trojans need this victory tonight. They've got a 4-game winning streak on the line here this evening, and the fellas came out all pepped up. I think they're ready to play, and I believe that they're going to do well here as we go along. Here's a 1st and 25 from the 19. 12 in motion to the near side of the field. And the pitch is over here to this here 21. And boy, here he comes again. Look out. He's diving ahead across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Finally ridden down out there by 86, Brian Bellis. But a heck of a nice run. Picked up a lot of yardage. Of course, it was a 1st and 25, but he picked up 10 of them. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 15. Ball out to the 32-yard line now. The announcer says 2nd and 14, but it looks more like 2nd and 15 to me, so that's what we'll call it. 2nd and 15, ball at the 32-yard line. That 21 Sposki is one heck of a runner. He is quick. Same play, motion coming over this way. And now timeout's going to be called. I think they took too much time. They did. So that's going to march the Hurricanes back 5 here now. And that will bring up a 2nd down and 20. Ball back to the 27-yard line as the Hurricanes are called for delay of the game. Took too much time to get that play off. So the Trojans getting some breaks here now. If they can just hold them. This team was tough last year, I recall. Here we go on a 2nd down and 20. Motion again to this side. Here's the handoff, and Sposki's got it, and this time he gets about 2. No, the ball was loose in there. It was, and the Trojans recovered. Number 62, Sport Bingaman, comes up with a recovery, and this is the break that the Trojans may have been looking for, as we've got Gene Rickert, or is it? No, it's Kerry Weiss getting up a little slow out there, and I hope Kerry's okay, because they're certainly going to need him. And the Trojans have recovered the fumble on the 31-yard line of the Hurricanes. Now the Trojans had, of course, been an awful lot closer than this. They had driven it down to the 5. But here they are with a great break now on the 31. Handoff. Here goes Todd Ayers diving ahead to the 27. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Picked up about 3 on that play. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 28-yard line. Chip Wetzel again flanked down on the near side of the field for the Trojans. Here's the pitch over to Ayers. Todd's going to try the left side. Flag thrown in there. And Todd moving ahead here now down to the 20-yard line, but there is a flag laying back here, and I think a hold might be called against UDA. It is. A hold will be called against the Trojans, and that'll march this one back. Now the Trojans, very uncharacteristically for this squad this year, picking up some really horrendous penalties and taking themselves out of excellent field position as they move this one back here now to the 36-yard line. Holding is the call, and it'll be 2nd down and about 16 now. Second down and about 15, you will call it. Okay. Here's a missed snap. Now it goes back. Lentz has it. He's going to pitch it long. He's got a man. Where is it? Nope, missed that one completely. It was incomplete at any rate. Did that fall short, or what happened there?
Real short, yeah.
Real short. Okay. Jeff getting one heck of a rush that time. The ball was initially handed off, and then Ayers, I think it was, handed it back to Jeff, and he was supposed to throw it, but a couple of Hurricanes were right in Jeff's face that time, so there was no way he was going to be able to get that one off with any kind of real authority, and he didn't. So it goes as an incompletion. It'll be 3rd and 15. Here's a handoff to Rickert. Gene is running into a lot of trouble out there and going to lose about a yard or 2. Back to the 38-yard line. Trojan offense really having their problems here now. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and about 18. Ball back at the 40 or the 39-yard line. 4th and about 18 or so. Undercuffler in the ball game to punt, and with any kind of a good punt and good coverage this time, at least we'll put the Hurricanes in the hole, we hope. Here's a low snap, but Jason handles it well. Gets off a nice punt. It's going to bound around down there and then go out of bounds over, or be downed, I guess it was, over there on the far side of the field at about the 12. So terrible field position for the Hurricanes, and if the Trojan defense can take advantage of this field position now, we may get the ball back in pretty good shape ourselves. Trojans not taking advantage of the fumble recovery, and we've got 8 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the first half. Trojans trailing 6-0. QB for the Hurricanes, setting them up down there on the 12. Handoff is to the second man. This time it's going to be number 33, and he turns around this left side, right side of the Trojan defense, stopped out there by Jeff Lentz. And he drives it out to the 17, picked up 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Number 85 for the Trojans here, Troy Klinger, has got to get himself wound up here now. Troy made a couple of really good defensive plays against Line Mountain last week. And we'll see what these guys can do this time on a 2nd and 5 from the 17. Handoff is a 21, and he moves ahead to the 21 or 22 yard line. Awfully close to the first down. I think it's going to be short, depends on the spot here. Looks like it'll be close enough to measure. So they're going to have to measure this one. Got awful close. And right back after this measurement. Both teams, as I said, have almost identical records. I think they nearly do. I think, I'm not sure if Haven has a tie, but I think they're 5-2, same as the Trojans are, and it is a first down. So first down by the nose of the football. And so the Hurricanes have driven it out to the 22-yard line now, where it'll be 1st and 10. 7 minutes, 25 seconds unofficially remaining here in the first half. Flanker on the near side of the field, but these guys don't pass. They hand it to Sposki, and away he goes with it. So we'll see what happens here. 1st and 10. Handoff is to Sposki. This time he's belted as he goes. No, this isn't Sposki. This is number 12. As he goes through the line that time, he gets maybe a yard or so. About 2, maybe. And it's out at the 24 now, so it'll be 2nd down and 8. Good stop that time by that Trojan right side of that defensive line. Coming up there and making the stop. So it'll be 2nd down now as Tom Paul digs in. He and Brian Mace, the 2 heavyweights in the center of that Trojan line. Here's the handoff to Sposki, trying to go around the right side, gets some good blocking out there, and gets all the way across the 30 to the 32-yard line before he's finally stopped out there by a couple of Trojans. But a lot of gain on the play, and it'll be close again to the first down. Let's see, it's going to be 3rd down and about 1. Timeout. Official time called here now for a measurement. Yeah, looks like it's going to be close enough to measure. So the Trojans just giving up this yardage grudgingly, but the Hurricanes so far coming up with first downs on these close measurements. We'll see how they make out this time. That's going to be short this time by about the length of the football or so. And so the Trojan defense will hope to hold them here. We need a sack. Need a big rush here and a sack. 3rd down and about 1.5 feet, something like that. Two backs are set deep for the Hurricanes this time, and the first guy through has it, and he has the first down. That's Sposki. He has the first down as he gets the ball down to the 34-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes as they're grinding one out here. This series started on the 12. They've now driven it out to the 34-yard line, and they got 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the first half, and Schuylkill Haven up by 6-0. Spread it out over on the right side this time. Do the Hurricanes, and we'll see what happens here on this play. We've got number 12. He skids ahead to the 35 or 6-yard line. Not much on that one at all. Gain of maybe a yard or 2. Be 2nd and 8. Okay, Fessler was the ball runner that time for the Hurricanes, and he picked up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Here's the guard over here pulling just a little bit too quickly, and this should cost the Hurricanes 5, I would think. Number 50 over there jumping a little bit too soon, and that cost them 5 yards on the illegal procedure call. And it'll be 2nd down and 12. Second and 12 for the Hurricanes. This time he's looking to pass. Firing one over this way. It is complete on a nice catch out here by number 33. Bellis making the stop for the Trojans, but Jason Gilliam making the fine catch that time as he kind of leaped up in the air to bring that high pass in, but made a super catch, and Brian Bellis could only knock him down after the catch was made. Official timeout here now for a little equipment repair to the Hurricane out here. 4:15 remaining in the first half. Trojans trailing by 6. The Hurricanes now at the Hurricane 41-yard line. Okay, the official timeout is over for the equipment repair to one of the Hurricanes, and now time is called for some other reason. 4 minutes remaining. Okay, since the clock is being kept on the field, there are 4 minutes remaining in the first half. They have made the notification to both benches, so 4 minutes remaining. Here's a pitch back here to Sposki. Sposki with his wheels really rolling. Finally stopped down here by number 15, Jeff Lentz, but he's in Trojan territory now at the 45-yard line. Heck of a run again that time by that Sposki. Man, that kid is quick. He is quick. And he barrels it all the way ahead down to the 45-yard line. So UDA with their hands full with this Sposki fella. First and 10 at the Trojan 45. Hey, they really spread them out this time. One back set deep. Pitch over there to Sposki again, and ahead he comes to the 30. He's bent backwards now at the 30-yard line by number 86, Bellis in there. Or is it 85? No, Troy Klinger in there bending him backwards as he approached the 40-yard line, but they knock him down at the 41. He picked up about 4 on the play, or a long 4 anyway, and timeout's going to be called now. Again, we have an official timeout as we have big number 78 here of the Hurricanes slightly shaken up in that play. Be right back. Trojan defense has got to dig in. Okay, we're set to go here now on a 2nd down and a long 5 from the 41. Handoff over here to 33, and he is dumped that's Gillian. And Gillian dumped by a couple of Trojans out at the 36-yard line. Brian Bellis coming up to make the stop. It'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd and very short. They have to get to the 35-yard line, and you can see where it is here. It's a 3rd and 1. 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in the first half. So the Trojans may or may not get the ball back again in this first half. They've only had it twice, I think, in the first half. Here's the pitch over to 21. He's got the first down as he dives to the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 34-yard line. Brian Mace giving credit for making that stop. Not much that time. They held that Sposki down, but he only made about a yard. And here we go now on a 1st and 10 from the Trojan 34. Looks like he's going to pass. Fires one down the far side. Now this time we got a man out there, and number 12, Richie Shadle, with a good defensive play that time, intended for number 44, or 84, and goes an incompletion as Rich reached up there and knocked that ball down, stopped the clock with 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining, and we'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Ball right at the 35-yard line.
yards needed.
Second and 10 with the clock not moving now. 1:20 remaining in the first half. Oh, there's a tackle. Right tackle this time goes off before the snap, so that should cost the Hurricanes 5. And it will bring the ball back to the 40-yard line now and bring up a second down and 15. Clock stopped at 1:19 unofficially remaining in the first half. Now the clock is moving. Now it's stopped, so I don't know. Anyway, as long as they're keeping it on the field, but I don't like this out here. At any rate, here goes the quarterback, back to pass again, fires one over here, it is complete on a nice pass, and the stop is going to be made by Bellis again down there, but a nice pass and a good reception by that Hurricane. Takes the ball down to the 28-yard line. It's going to be far short of a first down. Hurricanes in a hurry-up offense now as they'd like to score again before this half ends. They got a 3rd down and 4 looking at them. Ball at the 28 of Upper Dauphin. Pitch back over here to Sposki. This time he should be stopped, and he is. Tackled for a loss of maybe a yard as he gets only back to the 30-yard line. Time called immediately as Kerry Wiest, along with Tom Paul and several other Trojans, coming up make the stop on that Sposki. And lost about 2 on the play back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 4th down and about a long 6 with 44 seconds remaining. So the Haven calls timeout here while they think about this one. Be right back. Okay. Kotitis will set them up here on a 4th down and about 6. So this is a big one for the Trojans. Kotitis going back as though he's going to pass. Dumps a little flare over here to 21 Spolsky. And Spolsky has been pushed out of bounds down here by Gene Rickert. But it will be short of the first down. I do believe the Trojans, let's see, they're going to spot it at the 25-yard line. Man, is it close. It is a first down. Oh, baby, look out. Okay, first down. 37 seconds unofficially remaining here in the first half. He just made that first down by a hair and a half, and it will be, well, now they spot the ball actually at the 23-yard line, so Kotitis will set him up there. Looking to pass, fakes once, passes one over here. It is complete to Spolsky, and he gets the ball and tried to spin away over there from a couple of Trojan tacklers. Trojans have not touched the ball very much in this half at all. And the ball is down at the 19 now. Here goes Kotitis again, back to pass. Fires one, and this time it's intercepted out there by the Trojans. Number 86, Brian Bellis. And Brian runs it back out here to the 20-yard line, or somewhere around the 20-yard line. Got a man injured over there too, and I don't know if that was the intended receiver or who it is that's down, but no. At any rate, Bellis with a big interception that time to stop this drive with just 3 seconds remaining here in the first half. So the Trojans, now here we have a referee coming over here to talk to somebody. Oh, that's going to be it. The half ended. Okay, the half is over. I don't know. I can't believe. I don't like. I know Coach Hain doesn't like the idea of these officials keeping the time out here. But at any rate, if the clock isn't working, I guess that's about all they can do. There was 3 seconds remaining on the unofficial clock, and the Trojans made the interception, and all of a sudden the officials say, "No, that's it. It's over. We will not allow you to run anything." So I don't know. I believe there is going to be. Well, who knows? Officials watching the Trojans leave here now. Trojans, I think, are just a little bit upset maybe with this clock on the field business, but at any rate, not much you can do about it, I guess. Now they're going to start the clock, and the referee officially starts the clock, I guess. Okay, we are set to go. Set to go here now with the second half of play. The captains have met out at midfield, and the Trojans will kick off to the Hurricanes as we get set to go with half number 2. Trojans trailing by 6. 6-0. A very, very super fine, I'll mention on this tape, fine performance by the UDA Trojan Marching Band tonight. One of the very best that we've seen. And if they've got the spirit, I think maybe the Trojan Football Club has now picked that up, and we're going to have a different second half, I certainly believe. Okay, Kerry Wiest will tee it up for the Trojans at the 40-yard line, preparing to kick off to begin the second half. And Kerry's got her teed up, and we are ready. Here we go. Wiest kick. It's going to be a bounder. Bounding around out here, taken at the 34-yard line. And now ahead to the 40-yard line goes this young Hurricane. And he is dumped out there by a couple of Trojans. And Russell Manning in there on the stop along with the kicker, Kerry Wiest. So it'll give the Hurricanes excellent field position to begin the second half now, as they've got the ball at their own 40-yard line. Kind of a low bounding kick that time by Kerry, and Hurricanes brought it back to the 40. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Schuylkill Haven. Here's a handoff to number 33, and this time he is going to be stopped in there almost immediately on a nice tackle by Wiest, and a flag is thrown out here. Now let's see. There is a flag thrown. I think the flag may have been thrown late, and it's going to be against the Hurricanes, and it would look like a clipping or personal foul, as the referee doesn't even question it. It's a dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct will be called against the Hurricanes. So the Trojans had one of them anyway, in the first half. And now the Hurricanes immediately put themselves in the hole as the play was run, and the personal foul penalty was called on the very first play of the second half, and that brings the ball back to the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Hurricanes on their own 25-yard line. 1st and 25, pardon me. 1st and 25 from their own 25. Setting them up. Up goes, through the middle, trying to go up the middle anyway, is number 21. That's Spolsky. He gets about 2 or 3 out to the 28-yard line, picking up 3. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 22. 3rd down, can that be right? Yeah, I guess. Okay, 3rd down and about 22. Pitch over there to Spolsky. He's going to try to turn it upfield. He gets nowhere as that Trojan defense is fired up now. And they come up and make a nice stop on him. A whole host of Trojans in there making the stop. Boy, oh boy, nice play. Sean Art's in there on the stop with for the Trojans. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 22. And that will send Justin Miller back. Now Justin's going to come up a little bit, but they generally go into a punt formation from this initial position. Okay, Justin will now float back for the Trojans. He's back at the Trojan 35-yard line. Here's the snap and the kick. Ooh, nice kick. One you can run back, though. Justin's got it at the 28, the 30, or the, wait a minute, Justin busting his way ahead here now to the 49-yard line. So a fine run back. That was one of those kind of kicks that looked like Justin could run back, and that small junior run that ball back very nicely out to the 49-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for UDA, an excellent field position for the first time in the second half at the 49-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Boy, oh boy. Trojans, I think, are fired up. Let's see if the offense can do anything this time now. Here's Lentz. Pitches over on the far side. There goes Todd Ayers, and Todd driving. Look out. Todd all the way down into the territory. Uh-oh, we got a Trojan down out here and hurt. Let's see who it is. It is number 73, and that's that Matt Stone Road? No. Hold it a second. Anyway, he is injured, but a super run that time by Todd Ayers for the first down to the 32-yard line of down by the 32-yard line by Todd Ayers. Okay, handoff and diving ahead for a couple is Gene Rickert. He takes the ball down to the 30-yard line. Gain of about 2.5 or so. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Second and 8. The Trojans look like they're going to wind one up this time. Here goes Ayers with it. Going to travel around the left side. Todd still on his feet. Gets down to nearly the 25-yard line. It'll be short of the first down. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4. Nearly 4 anyway. Or is that 3? 3rd and about a long 3. Ball at the 26 as they spot it back a little bit. About 3rd and a long 3 over there. Let's see. Big important play here right now for the Trojans. Here it is again. It's going to be Rickert, and Gene, let's see, dives down to the 21 or 2-yard line. This spot here will be critical. Official looks like he made a good spot, and it is a first down. Okay, first down for the Trojans at the 22-yard line of Schuylkill Haven. All right, Jeff Lentz out there quarterbacking this crew, and he's got them now down to the 22-yard line. So let's go, Jeff and the boys. He's got Ayers, Wiest, and Rickert in the backfield. Here's Lentz with it at 22. Gives it to Rickert, and Gene dives ahead here inside the 20 to the 17 or 18. See where they spot it. Looks like about the 18. Fine run that time by Rickert. Picks up about 5. It'll be 2nd down and, well, he picked up 4. He spotted back at the 17-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. Gene with a good run that time. Brings up a 2nd and 6. Trojans not to be denied. Pitch over there for Ayers. Todd still on his feet. Struggles down to nearly the 15-yard line, where it's going to be a gain of about 2 or 3. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3. Ball right on the 15-yard line of Schuylkill Haven. Trojans trailing 6-0. Clock is definitely unofficial now, as they've got no time at all up there. So let's get in here and score a couple times big. Here goes Ayers on the pitch around the left side, and this time nothing doing, as he is going to be ridden out of bounds as they kept him up and drove him along the left side of that Trojan line, and nothing on that play. Matter of fact, let's see, he did make it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So it'll bring up a huge play for the Trojans now on a 4th down and about 3. Ball at the 15-yard line. So if the Trojans can get this, it would be a super time to do it. Ooh, offsides, and that's going to be called, I hope, against the, let's see, it is offsides. Okay, offsides against the Hurricanes. Boy, did we need that one. That'll give the Trojans a 1st and 10 from the 10. So you might call it 1st and goal, I guess. It's going to be that close. Let's see. Yep, nope, it's 1st and goal from right on the 10. 1st and goal. So for the 2nd time in the ball game, the Trojans have had a 1st and goal situation. Here's the pitch over this way. Gene Rickert going to turn it upfield. Gene driving ahead here now for a couple of yards. I think it was Rickert. Or was it Ayers? No, I'm not sure. It might have been Todd Ayers. Yeah, I guess it was Todd. Okay. Todd gets it down to about the 6. Gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6. Man, do the Trojans need this. Wow, let's go. 2nd and goal from around the 6-yard line. Handoff. This time it's going to be Todd again, I think. Kind of losing track of him down here. I think it was Ayers. And I think he drove it down there to about the 5. Not much more than that on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5. Trojans positively need to get this in. 3rd down and goal from about the 5. That Hurricane defense really tightening up out there. Here we go. Lentz goes back, looking as though he's going to pass. Rolling along this side. He's got a man open, overthrows him. Overthrowing Chip Wetzel. Chip had no opportunity to grab that one, as Jeff's pass was about 3 yards. ahead of Wetzel, and the Trojans now will call timeout as they are faced with a big 4th down and goal from the 5 as Coach Hain will come into the field and try to give these Trojans some kind of a play that will give them success here on the final 5 yards. Be right back after the Trojan timeout. Okay, a super big play now on a 4th and goal for UDA. Jeff Lentz setting him up at the 5. Jeff faking a pass, firing over there. It is no good. No good. It was intended for number 34, Gene Rickert, and it'll be 1st and 10. So the Trojans, now if the question is, can they keep in the ball game here now, as twice they've been denied down at the 5-yard line. The defense played superbly the last time the Hurricanes had the ball, but boy, oh boy, the Trojans denied on that one, and that's got to be just a little bit disheartening, as they've had it inside the 10-yard line twice now and came away with nothing. So we'll see if the defense can really get burned up out here now. And okay, here's a handoff, and this is Spolsky. He gets it ahead for a couple out to the 8 or 9 yard line. They'll spot it at the 9. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll bring a 2nd down and 6. Put it out to nearly the 9, so it'll be 2nd and 6. Gain of 4 on the play. Again, Spolsky, I think, gets the call. Gets it to the 10. Not much on that play. Matter of fact, got it out to the 11. So it'll be a 3rd down and a long 3. 3rd down and maybe 4. So here comes a big one now for the Trojan defense. They got to watch out. That Spolsky's been burning them on these 3rd down plays, and he'd be the one to watch on a 3rd and 4. Quarterback hands it off. Spolsky's got it. Can we stop him? Yes. He will not get it this time, and the Trojan defense has held. Spolsky gets it out to the 13-yard line, but that's going to be 2 yards short. And so it'll be punting situation now, and the Trojans should get the ball back in pretty darn good field position now if they don't mess it up here. It's a 4th down and a long 2 or maybe even 3. And they'll go into this semi-fake formation here at first, I think. Yeah. Now they're going to go back in punt formation, and Justin Adams will go back to receive this punt. Here's the good snap and the punt. Nice punt, and Justin's going to let this one bounce, and he picks it up at the 45. Midfield at the 45 and down to the 44. He goes before he is stopped, and Justin Adams, they're going to spot it at the 45. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans in Schuylkill Haven territory at the Hurricanes' 45-yard line. Some time remaining. Of course, we don't know now. From now on, we have no idea. But there is time remaining here in the 3rd period. Probably maybe 4 minutes or so. I'm not sure, of course. Okay, here we go. And a 1st and 10 from the 45. Back to pass is Lentz. He's looking, getting a rush. Now he spins around that left side. He's going to be thrown back for a loss of maybe 1 or 2. Jeff that time finding no one open out there. And he is brought down for a loss of 2 back at the 47-yard line. So it will be 2nd down and 12. Trojans looking to kind of open it up here a little bit, throw a couple passes if they can, make the running game even more effective, but haven't been able to give Jeff enough pass protection or too much coverage downfield. Here's Lentz again, back to pass. Got to dump a short one over here this time, and this is to Wiest, and Carey's got it, and Carey will be ridden out of bounds over there at around the 30-yard line. So a fine play that time, and Spolsky over there will help Carey up as he bounced him out of bounds a little roughly, but very nice gesture on Spolsky's part. He goes over and helps Carey back up, and it'll be a Trojan 1st down now at the 33-yard line. So if the Trojans can do this stuff, it's going to keep the ground game honest for the Trojans also. Little screen that time. Here's a pitch coming back over here now. Rickart's got it. Gene going to try to turn upfield. Wait, or is it Rickard? Well, no, I'm not sure. They're getting so dirty out here. I think it was Ayers. Yep, okay. Todd Ayers brings it down to the 25-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. It'll be second down and 2. 8-yard pickup, as a matter of fact, as they spotted at the 24-yard line. Sean Arts into the ball game now for the Trojans. Sean going to set up at a running back position now for UDA. Ooh, here's the pitch back on a little kind of a busted play. That play there was going nowhere, as I'm not sure exactly what happened that time, but it didn't look right anyway. You know what? That play didn't look right. It looked like there was a mix-up in the backfield somehow or another, and Todd Ayers ended up with the football, but he lost about a yard on the play. So it'll be a 3rd and 3. Trojans once again wanting to keep these drives alive. They can drive it close, but haven't been successful so far. Here's a handoff. Here goes Rickert this time, I believe it is, and he dives ahead for 2 of the 3 we need. It's going to be awfully doggone close to a first down. Let's see, did he get it? I don't know either. Nope, it's going to be a 4th and about a yard. So here again, the Trojans forced to come up with a big offensive play. They've come up with everything else but the real big one tonight, the one that got them 6. So we'll see now. This is a 4th down and 1. Are they going to sneak it? No, they're going to give it to Ayers, and he's got it as he dives over the left side for the first down, down to the 20-yard line. So the Trojans, once again, they've been threatening tonight, but they haven't been succeeding. So the Trojans have it 1st and 10 now on the Hurricane 20-yard line. It could be one of those games, we hope. I talked to John earlier that the Trojans may be able to get a ball game here by virtue of the extra point. Of course, we got to score a touchdown first. Now timeout that's the end of the quarter. Wow. So the Trojans, if they're going to score, have better score now as we head into the 4th period of play, time being kept on the field. And the Trojans trailing 6-0 at the end of 3 quarters, but they have threatened. They're on their 3rd threat of the evening, and haven't really been able to do anything successfully yet as far as picking up 6. But it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line when the 4th period gets underway here. Okay, we are now set to begin the 4th period of play. It's 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Jeff Lentz at quarterback, setting them up. Hands it off here to the second man, and he is dragged down. I think it's Gene Rickert. Dragged down from behind as he loses a yard or so back to the 23-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and 12.
Second down and 13.
Trojans with a 2nd and 13 from the 23. Here goes Lentz with it. Now he's got some running room. Turns it upfield. Jeff still on his feet. Lentz down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal again. There are no flags out there. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Trojans. And the ball will be at the 5-yard line, I think it is. So for the 3rd time tonight, the Trojans have got the football at the 5-yard line. The 3rd time it's 1st and goal from the 5. Come on, UDA. We shall be denied no more. Got to get in there. How about it, John? Need one, quick. Here we go. Pitch over to the far side. There's Ayers. Nearly gets tackled, but goes in for the touchdown. Okay, Todd Ayers in for the touchdown, and we've got a tie ball game. 6-6. Had a boy, Todd. Todd Ayers in for the TD. Super job. Finally, the Trojans, having been down there 3 times, now they're going to call timeout as they will discuss the very, very important extra point. Gene Rickert had gone over as though to bring in the kicking tee, but the Trojan extra points have haunted them all year, and now we're going to see if we can't come up on the long end of one of these instead of coming up on the short end, as the Trojans have tied it up here with probably about 10 minutes and some seconds remaining in the ball game. Clock unofficial on the field has no time on it at all, as the official time is being kept on the field. So it's 6-6 now, and the Trojans trying to figure out what we can do to get a super crucial extra point here. 6-6 in the fourth quarter, about 10 something remaining, I'm sure about that. And Coach Hain on here now, as he's seen his Trojan offense struggle 3 times inside the 10, and finally Todd Ayers taking it over from the 5. Big play that time, well, a lot of big plays, but one of the crucial ones was Jeff Lentz making that fine run down to the 5-yard line that preceded Ayers' touchdown. So Lentz on a super play around that right side. So here we go. This could be the ball game this evening, the way both defenses have been playing. Here's Lentz looking, dumps one over there. It is good for the 2-point conversion to Gene Rickard. All right, the Trojans 8 and the Hurricanes 6. Okay, Gene Rickard, and boy, that time Lentz got a lot of time. How about it? A lot of time that time to make that pass, as he went out there and waited and finally found Rickard in the end zone, and Gene caught that ball for 2. Super job. Trojans up 8-6. Man, that was nice. Now, we needed that. We absolutely positively deserved that one. Yep. I mean, it's been such a tough road, those extra points, and now Rickard on a pass from Lentz for the extra point. Good blocking that time by the line to give Lentz enough time to get that pass off. Ayers going off the field now for the Trojans on the kickoff. Give him a little whiff. And here comes another bounding ball, going to be dropped on right out here at the 45-yard line. Kind of a low line drive kick again, almost looked like an onside kick. It was that type of kick. It never got more than a foot or 2 off the ground. And so it gives the Hurricanes fine field position here at the 45-yard line. Now the Trojan defense has pretty much held these Hurricanes the last 2 possessions, but that Spolsky is always a threat, and he's back in there. He lines up at the running back position behind the quarterback. He's the deep set. 1st and 10 from the Hurricane 45. Spolsky's got it. Up the middle he goes, and he's still loose down to the Trojan 45. He gained 9, nearly a first down. Depends on the spot. I don't think it's going to be a first down. Nope, it'll be short by about a yard, but there was that Spolsky again. Up the middle. Yep. Wow, nearly broke that one. He is moving out those big linemen in there somehow or another. Somebody's working on Brian Mace, and they're going up that spot. Here's a 2nd and 1. Pitch back. Back here is Spolsky again, and this time he is going to be hit after he gets the first down. Crowd over here calling for a face mask, but it was certainly inadvertent if there was one. But they're looking for the face mask here just because he kind of tackled him by the helmet, but my gosh, what do they want? Yeah, the referee down here showing him that it was, he didn't close his hand on, he just grabbed him around the helmet. And the runner getting up a little bit slowly that time. Now that'll set the clock in motion, so maybe the Hurricanes can screw around here protesting the face mask and get themselves a delay penalty. Ball is at the 41-yard line of Upper Dauphin now, as the Trojan defense has to dig in. They lead now by 2, and we're into probably the 7-8 minute mark of the final period remaining, that is. Here's 33 with it. He gets ahead for a couple. Down, Killian had it, and he drives it out to the 38-yard line of the Trojans. They mark it at about the 37.5. Gain of only a long 2 on the play, or call it 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7. If the Trojans can really hold them, that's what we need now. We need to hold them and then grind one out. Okay, here we go. Spolsky is the deep set again. Pitches back to Spolsky. Coming up there is a couple of Trojans, and this time he doesn't get a whole lot. Gains maybe a yard or 2 out to the 35. Not too much that time. Trojans coming up there making a good stop. Sport Lewis over there, along with Gene Rickert, making the stop for the Trojans, and it's 3rd down and 4. Yep. 3rd and 4. Man, is this a biggie? Well, there'll be 2 biggies here now. 3rd and 4. Trojans needs to create something here right now. Defensively, 3rd and 4. Spolsky with it. He's got the 4, and he's got plenty more as he dives down there to the 22-yard line. A little bit of extracurricular stuff, and now this penalty is going to go against 78. And boy, if this isn't one. Now wait till we see how they call it. The flag absolutely was thrown against the, yes sir, good call. Super call. I'm glad I came back there and caught that. I saw this little group back there, and we're going to have the call go. Oh, wait a minute. Now what happened? What is going on here? Oh, they're going to set the yard marker because it was a 1st down, but they're going to march it back 15, and it's going to bring up a 1st and 25. That's what it'll be here on the call, and the call is a personal foul, so a stupid penalty by the Hurricanes. Wow, that was an expensive call there against the Hurricanes, but you could see it plainly what happened out there. And the personal foul is the call. Man, the Trojans have got to take charge now. Get in there on defense. It's a 1st and 25. The ball is spotted back at the 37-yard line. Son of a gun. Trojans getting a break there. Little pushing around out there, and the referee finally saw number 80 or whatever it was. Okay, here goes the QB back to pass. He's looking over on this side. He's got a man out here, but so do the Trojans. He's caught the football. Oh my gosh, he's got the football down at the 5. Who was it? Killian. Killian makes the reception at the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal for Schuylkill Haven. Unbelievable. The big kid. He's a tall guy, and he went up and made that catch. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. After the Trojans had him in a 1st and 25 situation, Killian comes up with the reception, and it gives them a 1st and goal on the 5. Pitch back over here to Spolsky. Spolsky down to the 2. Stopped in there by Gene Rickert along with Shadle. 2nd and goal from the 1 or 2, about the 2, I guess. 2nd and goal from the 2. Gotta hold him if we can, man. And that don't really seem likely, but it is possible. Here we go on a 2nd and 2. QB sets him up. Hand off to Spolsky. Is he in? Yes, he's in for the touchdown. Spolsky goes over for the touchdown. Now it would be really neat if we could tell how much time we had left. That makes the score now 12-8. Trojans down by 4, and they'll be attempting their extra point here in just a moment. Now, if you ask the officials, there's probably only a minute and a half left. I don't know. But at any rate, the official time being kept on the field. And it's 12-8. Trojans trailing by 4. And timeout now going to be called by Killian. And the Hurricanes call time. And the Trojans now will be faced with stopping this extra point if they can. Be right back. Okay, the timeout is over, and the extra point attempt will be coming up here now as they go for 2. They flank one man out practically out of the field over here on the far side. But anyway, I would venture to guess Spolsky will get this pitch somehow or another. He's got it. He's going to try to go around the right side, and he'll get in there for 2. So that's okay. That doesn't mean a heck of a lot. It's just a 14-8 game now, so the Trojans must score, and it's a tie, and they must get an extra point to win. We'll keep an eye out here in case an official would give us some time over here. Don't see anybody signaling anything as far as the time goes, but at any rate, Trojans trailing now by a score of 14-8 with several minutes supposedly remaining here in the fourth period. 14-8, Schuylkill Haven up by 6. Trojans now have to get back into it offensively. They did last time they had the ball. On a nice drive they put together. And now Schuylkill Haven immediately comes back and puts their drive together, capped off by that long pass to Killian. Okay, here we go. Kind of an onside kick looking thing, and it goes out of bounds, and that'll cost them 5. But boy, one of the Trojan men over here slipped, and of course that's a free ball. And thank goodness it went out of bounds. Looked like it might have been some kind of a squib kick. I'm not sure if was that supposed to be an onside kick, or what was that supposed to be? I don't think so either. I guess not. At any rate, the Trojans are going to take the ball instead of the penalty. UDA says, hey, we'll take it right here at the 35-yard line. So the Trojans will go to work there now with, they haven't seen a 4-minute warning given yet, and they will give that, I think, when they're keeping time on the field. So we have at least more than 4 minutes. Okay, Jeff Lentz, let's see if the Trojans can open it up here now and go get one. Lentz has it. He hands it off over here to Rickard, and Rickard driving ahead here across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Wow, good drive that time by Gene Rickard. Picks up about 6. And wait a minute, we have timeout. Now I hope the clock is stopped. Yeah, attaboy, ref. We got the coach on the field and everything else here. Gosh, I wish the clock was working. At any rate, number 12 is going to come off now for the Hurricanes. He was slightly shaken up on the play, and they took him off. So we have now a 2nd down and 6 for the Trojans. Here's the pitch over here for Ayers. Flag thrown in there, and we've got the ball carried down here to the midfield stripe by Todd Ayers, but a penalty is going to be called on the play, and it doesn't look good for UDA. Let's see what they call it. Holding will be called against the Trojans. Baloney. All right, so that's going to send the Trojans back. Hopefully it stopped the clock. That's all I can hope. I hope it did stop the clock out there with these guys. At any rate, holding will be called, and the ball will go all the way back to the 35-yard line, I believe. Yeah, they're spotted on the 35. So that's about back at the original line of scrimmage, actually. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Jeff. He's rolling back as though to pass. Steps back. Pretty good protection. Fires one long downfield. It is going to be in and out of the hands of number 21. Intended out there for number 86, Brian Bellis. But the ball almost was intercepted, and then again almost tipped into the hands of Brian, who at that time was behind the defender. And Brian would have been free to head for the goal line had he been able to pick that off. But the ball a little thrown just a little bit short. And now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. And the Trojans need a 1st down here desperately. Again, he's fading back to pass. Looking, got a man open over there. It's going to be Ayers or Rickard, I'm not sure. Oh, tripped up from behind he is. Close to the 1st down. Very close to the 1st down. Todd Ayers making the reception out there, and then a fine run after he did make the reception, just about tackled by the first guy there, but he spun away, and it's going to be a 4th down and 1. 4th and 1. Trojans need to keep this one going here now. 4th down and 1. Again, official timeout. And I hope the official with the clock keeps the timeout. Officials are discussing something here. I, of course, have no idea what. Probably forgot to tell somebody there was 4 minutes remaining. Not sure what the discussion would be about over here, but at any rate, 4 minutes. 4 minutes remaining right now. The official thing is given. I think maybe 4:05. I think 4:05 is what he said. Okay, Trojans on a big 4th and 1. Wait a minute, timeout called. Hold it, hold everything. Whistle blown before the play. Dead ball, something or other coming up here. What is the problem? Dead ball, illegal procedure against the Trojans. Wow. I don't know what that was either, but at any rate, it goes as a 5-yard penalty. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. 4th and 6, really. Must have been a 6-yard penalty, John. Or no, 4th and 1 we had, that's true. 4th down and 6. Okay, that could have hurt the Trojans. Somebody apparently lined up 8 men in the line or something, not sure. Here goes Lentz back to pass. He's looking, firing one over here. It's going to be overthrown. And that is going to really hurt the Trojan chances this evening, as the pass was intended for Brian Bellis, but well overthrown, and so it's going to bring up a 1st down now for Schuylkill Haven at the UDA 39-yard line. Trojan 4-game winning streak in jeopardy now, for sure, I would say. But the Trojans certainly had their opportunities this evening, just unable to capitalize on them. So we have a 1st and 10 from the 39 now for the Hurricanes. They will take their time out there. They're in no hurry. And we have Spolsky, and not this time he's pulled down by Todd Ayers. Not much gain on that play, if anything. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Of course, the Hurricanes will be in no hurry now. Clock moving, probably 3 minutes or so remaining, perhaps. Pitch back to you-know-who. He dodges ahead here now, still on his feet. Gets down to the 30-yard line, where he is finally stopped. Gain of about 4 or so on the play. And timeout called now as Spolsky is down. Or is it number 11? Not sure. At any rate, we have an injured Schuylkill Haven Hurricane out here. And we'll be right back. Okay, looks like 3rd and 5 now. Trojans with another super big play for the defense looking at them here. The defense has played pretty darn well tonight, with the exception of the long run by Spolsky in the first half and the long pass to Killian in the second half. His quarterback looking to pass, fires one over this way. It is nearly intercepted by Rich Shadle. Oh, Rich came up and knocked it down. That'll stop the clock, I hope. It might stop the clock. Hard to say. Seems as though it'll stop the clock. 4 minutes. Now there's 4 minutes. Well, that's nice. That's my kind of ref. Now we got 4 minutes to play. Hey, that's twice they gave us a 4-minute warning, so we can't fault these guys too badly. That makes me feel a whole lot better. On a 4th and 5 now, the Trojans, if they can hold here, will get the ball back in plenty of time to do something now. They're not going to kick on a 4th and 5? Nope. Okay, it's going to be a pass. He's looking deep. He's got a man down here, and the guy's got it again. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. They cannot defend against that lad. So, I mean, I know I'm an Upper Dauphin fan through and through, but my God, 33 is just killing the Trojans down here. And the pass defense down there, Richie Shadle was there, but he just catches the ball. So 1st and goal now, and what can I say? Holy smokes, 1st and goal for the Hurricanes. Spolsky back in there. He's not injured. He's going to take the ball and run this one in, probably. Taking a lot of time out here they are now as they let things run down. Nope. 12 or something. Going to run one down there. And he gets maybe a half a yard or whatever. 2nd and goal down at the 2. Okay, anyway, 2nd and goal from the 2. Spolsky with it. He's turning around the right side, the left side, he's in. And that puts the lid on this one. It's 20-8 now with about 2.5 minutes, maybe, something like that remaining. The Trojans will go down to defeat here for the 2nd year in a row against these Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes. Trojans just left them off the hook too often tonight, and that cost them. They will try to kick the extra point. They tried the first time, and the snap was no good. Snap's good this time. Placement's good. Kick is good. All right, so it's 21-8. And the Trojans will get the kick in a minute. Here's the kick. Good and deep. Taken at the 14. This is Gene Rickard still on his feet. He's flopped down at the 30 or 31 yard line. Be first and 10 Upper Dauphin at the Schuylkill Haven 31. First and 10 at the 31 for the Trojans. Jeff Lentz back to pass. He's got protection. Scrambling around the right side. Protection breaking down. Fires one downfield. It is caught by the Trojans at the 42-yard line. Timeout or something is called out there as Tim Ressler is called upon, the big tight end that time. Jeff scrambling out to the right side there. Found Tim down at the 40-yard line. It is a first and 10 for Upper Dauphin. And the clock is moving. We got to be down probably inside of 2 minutes or worse right now. And the Trojans will be forced to pass. Here goes Jeff. He's looking. Dumps one over this way to Rickard. And Rickard, who has played one heck of a ball game, just lost his balance that time as the pass was behind him. And it goes as a completion. That was a completion, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. No gain on the play. And absolutely no gain. So it'll be second down and 10. Ball still at the 42. Back to, a draw. And this is not going to be successful as he got maybe a yard. Todd Ayers picked that one off. And, right now, up there. Timeout now going to be called by the Trojans. And that will give the Trojans a third down and 10 from the 42. Third and 10 for UDA. Waning moments of the football game here now as the Trojans set it up at the 42-yard line. Again, back to pass he goes. He's looking down here, and this is going to be picked off. No, it's not. As he goes out of bounds, number 30, I think, or somebody picked it off. But anyway, he goes out of bounds with it, so it's an incompletion. And it will bring up a fourth down and 10. Fourth and 10 here now for the Trojans. Lentz back to pass. Firing one over to the far side. It is knocked down. Intended for Undercuffler. And that will give the ball back to the Hurricanes now with not too much time remaining. And the ball at the UDA 42-yard line. Richie Kerwin checks into the ball game now for UDA, standing out there along Sport Bingaman. And there is Jared Kreiser in there also for the Trojans. Handoff is to a new runner, 73, and he is tackled by Jared Kreiser, along with Rich Kerwin. Two JV stars come up, and now we got a man injured. This time, this is number 33, and that's Zach Killian. He's the man that hurt the Trojans, and now he himself is injured out there. And we'll be right back. Trojans will play their final home game of the 1989 season next week at UDA against the Pine Grove Cardinals. And that will finish up the season. Trojans look like they're going to go into that game with a record of 5-3-1 as the Hurricanes close this one out here now. They've got a second down and 4 and we are truly in the waning moments of the ball game now, that's for sure. And that is going to be enough for the first down. Timeout, or no, first down. Okay. Official getting very emphatic out here on the first down call. And at any rate, why is it when you want the clock to run out, John, it takes so long? Okay, I think that might have done it. That did do it. That's the end of the ball game. So the final score tonight, as the Trojans take one on the chin here, it's the Schuylkill Haven Hurricanes 21 and the UDA Trojans 8. Gosh, Trojans had plenty of chances this evening, and they just could not contain the Hurricanes on the big play. Big play in the first period, a big long run by that Spolsky, and in the second half here, a couple of long passes out there to that Killian, and that did it. Done the Trojans in tonight. So they move the record to 5-3-1, and will meet the Pine Grove Indians, or the Pine Grove Cardinals, next week at home in the final one. So Dale Calnon saying, it wasn't as enjoyable as I planned, but nevertheless, it's another ball game, and the Trojans take this one on the chin. Good ball game by a lot of Trojans out there tonight. Todd Ayers had a super ball game again. Gene Rickard and Wiest and a whole bunch of those guys. Again, the defense, with the exception of a couple of slip-ups here on pass defense maybe or whatever, doing a good job overall, but just not quite good enough. So, catch you next week for the final against the Pine Grove Indians. Again, tough luck tonight for the UDA boys, but they'll be back next week, I'm sure, against Pine Grove. Until that time, see you later. Good night.